Dom Chu has today's ETF edge for us. Hey, Dom.
All right, so Scott, with the markets on track to close out the second quarter at record highs, one fund that's riding the wave also now holds the record, just 6 months of the fastest to reach $1 billion in assets in more than 20 years. But its biggest holdings might not be what you expect. Why? How does it work? Joining us now is a familiar face, Tom Lee, CIO at Fundstrat Global Advisors, to take us inside the Granny Shots ETF. And for a lot of folks out there who don't know this, you are an advisor, the sub-advisor of record for this Granny Shots ETF. I would like you to take us through what exactly is a granny shot and what methodology goes into identifying what those granny shot stocks are.
Glad to. The granny shot is named after Rick Barry's and basketball's unconventional way to do a free throw, underhanded, NBA Hall of Famer. And what we wanted to do was to buy the 35 most important stocks in the S&P 500. So 465 matter, but we want to get you the most important ones. And we said there's 7 themes that are driving these markets for the next 5 to 10 years. Millennials, AI security, cybersecurity, monetary policy, global labor shortage. And we said, find the most important stocks in the S&P in each silo. But we said, you know what, if you just take one silo, that's like trying to do a cool shot. We said, we want to buy a stock that's in multiple themes. So the more themes it's tied to, the more it's like a granny shot.
So the higher conviction to trade it is.
Correct. The more ways you can win. Because if nothing's ever been 7 of 7, but if it's in 7 of 7, then it's probably going to work because one of those 7 things is always working.
Okay, now if you take us through the 30 to 35 high conviction plays, you said the more boxes it checks off, the higher conviction trade it is. Which are then the highest conviction trades within the granny shot portfolio?
Today, the names that are at 5 of 7 is Google and Meta. And it makes sense because, they're both giant companies tied to so many things. They're tied to millennials. They're tied to AI. They really are tied to cybersecurity in their own way. And they're very leveraged to things like monetary policy and also the business cycle.
All right. So the granny shots, high conviction when it comes to those 2 Meta platforms and Google parent company Alphabet. Tom Lee, thank you very much. And by the way, we're going to continue the discussion and conversation over at etfedge.cnbc.com. Tom's going to be joined by financial futurist Dave Nadig to talk all things, not just granny shots, but all the sector flows as well. Scott, tune in online. I'll send things back over to you.
All right, Dom, thanks so much.